Street Check-In with Drew Koza. We'll watch our step as we go over there, but he's getting ready at Bayshore Gifts and Glass to learn how they make their art. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, guys. This is something that you can experience firsthand, and while the things in here look very beautiful and elaborate, you can learn how to do them by coming here to take a class. So let me show you some of the tools that I've got here. My trusty dusty glass stick, which is going to become a pendant very soon. And then I've got all of the colors of the fiery rainbow because Kevin asked me what sort of theme I wanted, and I wanted a nice fiery pendant. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this glass stick, turning it into a pendant, and then painting it with different colors of glass.
Okay, just be careful, buddy. You're really close to that flame.
That's one of the things that he was saying, that many people, like, their first instinct once they take it out of the flame is to poke the end. Do not do that. This gets up to 1,200 degrees, I think he was saying, so don't poke the glass. It needs like 10 minutes to cool.
I can see that. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to jump into my technique here, but first let me reintroduce you guys to Kevin. Thanks for letting us come down here. We're going to be talking about classes, and let's get me started in here. So I want to make a pendant. What do I got to do?
Okay, first of all, you put your glass, because you're right-handed, you put your left clear glass in the flame.
Okay.
And just heat it up a little bit, and in your right hand you'll get a coloured string, whichever colour you like to use.
Right. So
and then you just heat up the glass in the left hand a bit, and then you put both in the flame, and you push the coloured glass onto the clear glass. Yeah, and you can just do whatever pattern you want, just keep it in the flame and let it flow.
Okay.
That's it. And so I'm going to start by putting the coloured on, and then afterwards we actually make the pattern and the shape. So this is just basically, just like painting, as you said before.
Really neat. This is very, very fun and peaceful. Now, if I'm thinking, is a class right for me? Do I need to have any sort of prerequisites, any experience in art forms or anything like that, or can you start with total amateurs?
You can start with just, yeah, you don't have to do anything before that. You basically have no bad habits if you start with if you've never done it before.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So two different sort of types of classes. I can do a short one or one that's a little bit more involved. So how short is the introductory one?
You usually do one for 2.5 hours, and we can make a couple of pendants and maybe get into a small figurine shape.
Neat.
Depending on progress in that, but it's all about the fun and the feel of the glass. So.
Well, this is very, very fun, and that's pretty inspiring to know that depending on how I do, I might be able to make something right in that very first class. Now, if I want to get a little bit more involved and maybe have some time to really think about my design and make something special, you have a little bit of a longer form class as well, right?
Yeah, we usually do. We can do a 6-hour course, which usually we split up into 2-3-hour sections, so that you get to feel the glass and get to think about what you're making, and then with that you can make quite a few different things. So,
are there any common mistakes that first timers make when they're first learning how to do this stuff?
Basically, it's just it's getting the feel of the glass, and a lot of people like to go from stage 1 to stage 6 without doing the middle stages in between. And if you do that, then you actually you don't get much out of it. You've really got to just do it in stages and listen to what I say, basically, and then just get the feel and the flow of the glass.
And it is a very delicate thing to be working with, but I guess even if you mess up, you can just sort of reheat and start again, right?
Yeah, as long as you've got no stress in the glass and you keep the heat in there, you can play with it all day long. So.
All right, I think I've got all the colors in here that I want. Now what happens?
So you grab the puntish rod, the bigger rod in the right hand, and then you join on the end.
Okay. So I'm about to fuse the big rod and the big rod and little rod.
That's good. Yeah, and then you want to really heat up basically you want to heat up where your colour is, and then you can start making your pattern there. You can start when it's nice and hot, you can start twisting it.
Okay.
You can make a little twisted pattern, but don't do it until actually the glass is melted.
Gotcha. And yeah, it's one of those things that you really feel. So even if you're brand new to this, you just know when it's soft enough to be working with. So you can just sort of tell that the torch is getting it just right. And when I come to the shop too, I might see you working, or I might see a couple other people working. How many artists are working out of Bayshore Gifts and Glass?
There's 3 of us. There's Mackie, Kirsten, and myself, and we all do different things from fused glass as well as lamp working. So it's pretty interesting, and you can talk to any of us about anything we're doing.
Okay, I'm doing the reverse twist now.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Pulling it apart, and then if I want to get this to look a little bit more pendant-like.
Yeah, you can melt through the right-hand side, and then start heating up the colour from the end, and just let it just keep turning like you did, and then you can get more a different shape there. Get back into sort of more of a round shape. Glass likes to go round, so And basically, yeah, and heat up from the tip of the rod inwards, and then it'll just flow back into itself.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's how you get your shape.
Cool. So some cool techniques with working with glass. Kevin, thanks so much for showing us this how to do this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really great experience for you to have, or you to share with somebody, whether you want to give the classes as a great gift idea or make your very own gift idea for someone. Perfect for the holiday season. I'm going to finish off my pendant, and right now I'll send it back to Courtney in the BT studio.